Hello everyone and welcome. So today is another one of our Easy Paint with Me's, and I'm using for my reference this Wild Watercolour Connect to the Natural World Through the Art of Painting by Inga Buradovici. I think that's how you say it. I've been looking at the textured tortoise. So that's what I'm going to be having a go at today. The colours that I've decided to use for this are not quite the same colours that are in the book, but let me just put them in my little palette here. I'm going to be using Michael Harding paints. I've got Moonlight. So let's pop a bit of Moonlight in there. And I'm also going to be using Vine Black. Pop you over there. Ooh. And then there is Cosmic Blue. I'll pop you over here, maybe. And finally, our fourth colour is Burnt Sienna. So we'll pop you over there. And just to make sure that these colours are going to work for me, I've got a spare piece of paper here. I'm using my Van Gogh size 12 round brush, and this goes to a lovely point, and it's a synthetic brush. So let's just swatch these colours out. Bit more water needed. So there is our Moonlight. I suppose if you've got Moonglow, you could use Moonglow. Then we've got some Burnt Sienna. Most of us have got a Burnt Sienna on our palette somewhere. Then here we've got our Vine Black. You could use a different black. It's just that I'd got Vine Black. And then finally, we have got our Cosmic Blue. And let's just see what happens when we let these mingle a little bit. There we go. So still wet, but I think you can see how I'm not really going to get any mud there. So I'm quite happy with my 4 colours that I have chosen. So let's just move that one out of the way. And here I have drawn my little turtle. If any of you struggle drawing a turtle, then if you put it in the comments below, I'll send a tracing a picture of my what I drew. So you can see I drew it on this piece of paper, scanned it in, and then I printed it onto my watercolor paper, which is my watercolor paper today is not very big. It's not very thick, sorry. It's 190 GSM, but it is cold pressed or not paper, so it's got some texture to it. I just wanted to use up some of the paper that was left over from this Scrawlrbox pad. So just some watercolor paper, and I've popped my turtle on here. So next, I think maybe I will go down a size because it's not a very big picture. I think I will go with, where is it? There we are. I'm going to go with my Van Gogh size 8 because I think that's big enough for this kind of A5 size paper. And I've just stuck that down onto an A5 cutting board, in actual fact, just to keep it in place because it is quite lightweight paper and it might buckle. Right, where are we going to start? Well, let's I'm going to be following the instructions in the book, and I'm going to be starting with the shell of the tortoise, and I'm going to be using my black, and I'm also going to be using some of my, so mine's Vine Black and my Cosmic Blue to do the shell of the tortoise. And I'm going to be mixing those kind of together, really. So I'm going to take some of my Cosmic Blue. I'm going to take, where is my Vine Black? Here you are. Here is my Vine Black. We'll pop a bit of that over the other side. Right. So let's start putting down some of our colour. And I'm just going to add a little touch of the black in there. And I might start the next one with the black. And I'm aiming to leave a little bit of a gap between each scale. Are they scales on a tortoise? I'm thinking they probably are. I'll add a bit of blue in there, and then we'll do this little blue one there, and we'll bring that down. So we're just building it up, but we're if you can see, I'm leaving a little bit of a gap between the scales. Right, where is my black gone now? Here. I think we need a bit more of the black in there. Let's use some of the black in this next one. Oops. Okay. My oops is because I forgot to leave a little bit of a gap, but we don't want it to be 100% perfect, so we are not going to panic about that. Let's take our next one. This is where, if you've got a point on your brush, it's going to help in leaving those the gaps, basically. It's looking rather nice. Let's do one down here. There's my back. And some of them are kind of overlapping a bit, where I've not managed to leave my gap, but I think the randomness kind of helps a bit. And I'm hoping that you can kind of see the effect we've got by using these couple of colours. The Cosmic Blue is granulating. If you went for Lunar Blue, that would do the same thing. It's a Daniel Smith colour. What else might you could use a granulating black, like Mars Black. I think if one of the colours is granulating, then it will, you know, greatly help. And then we just need to get this kind of bit on the bottom of him there. Okay, now I think, where is my, there it is, my, what was it called? Moonlight. Yeah, I might add a bit of the Moonlight in at the bottom there. Right, now let's get my burnt sienna, and I'm just going to add that to my mixture of blue and black so that I get a slightly darker colour, and so that I can maybe get some of the detail in for my tortoise's feet. Okay, the ding dong was my doorbell, so I had to briefly stop. But yeah, I'm just using slightly more watered down paint, and then some thicker paint. To get the neck and the legs in for my... Hello. Okay, so I'm hoping that you won't have noticed, but I did have to stop the recording, so I'm hoping that I've edited it enough, because my daughter came rushing back in together with her personal carer. For those of you that aren't aware, I have a daughter with autism and learning difficulties, and she has a carer in the mornings, Tuesday to Friday. And yeah, came rushing back in, and something had happened. So I'm actually doing the rest of this the following day. Anyway, that's not a problem. So basically, so far we have done the shell, and we've got our little tortoise in here. I'm going to use, where are we? You can use fine liner. I'm going to use my Carbon Platinum pen just to kind of emphasize the eye a little bit more. I'm leaving it white, but I've just done a tiny little bit of black around the edge. And I want to get some kind of white marks on the legs of the tortoise. So I'm using my Chinese white, and I want a few little marks on its head. So I'm just adding a few of these little marks in, just to give some kind of texture and markings to the neck and head and the legs, croaky today, of my tortoise. So that's the Derwent Drawing Chinese white that I've just used. Right, next we are going to get some kind of shadow going on at the bottom, and some flowers, or I don't really know what they are, but we're going to get something going on around our tortoise. So I'm going to use my black. These have dried out a little bit, but that's fine. I'm just mixing it with the brown that was in there, to be honest, because I know I can blacken that up enough. I might actually add some of the, there it is, this kind of, oh gosh, I can't even remember what colour this was now. But anyway, it's the one that's a bit, oh, Moonlight, that was it, Moonlight. So I've got a bit of a mixture of 3 colours in there to get a bit of a shadow colour going on. And I'm just going to kind of place that underneath my tortoise, because it's going to be quite dark at the bottom here. And maybe we'll make it look like there's some gaps, just so that we've got you know, something else going on here. And then I did that with my bigger brush. I'm going to use my, that was my 12, I'm going back to my 8 now, and I'm going to get some kind of vegetation of some kind going on. So I'm going to mix my blue up, but in a quite watery fashion, and we will just get a few lines going on here, like so. And we'll have a few that are kind of coming up and around there, and maybe even a third one over here. And we can have some little lines of things coming out. My speech isn't very good, is it, today? Lines of things coming out. Okay, things that are branching off. How about that? And I'm going to use some of my burnt sienna. Still quite watered down, because these aren't the main part of the picture. And I'm just going to do some kind of little blobs, and a few over here. And then go back to my very watered down cosmic blue, or You may have used Lunar Blue perhaps, which is kind of similar, so that we've got a few more coming up and over. And I don't really want to go too berserk, but I might just, taking my tissue to protect my tortoise, I might just add a few splats of both of those watered down colours. Yeah, do I want to do any more to that, or does he actually look pretty much okay? Maybe I could darken some of this. So let's go back to this mid moonlight, as it's called, and maybe I'll just get it a bit darker in a few places, just to add a bit more definition in there. Now, I think that just adds a little bit more interest. So let me bring this up. I'm going to dry it next and take the tape off, so stay with me while I do that. Okay, let's get this tape off. Lovely. Move that one out of the way. And, oh, that bit's still a trifle wet, but there you go. There is our tortoise for our easy paint with me every Sunday. I hope that you enjoyed doing that. We just used 4 colours, and I think they work really well together. It's where we added in a couple of different colours with our black and our blue into the tortoise shell. We've got some nice things going on, but yeah, I think that's pulled together really nicely. I hope you have a go. I hope you enjoy doing it. If you are interested in where I got my inspiration from, I will put a link to the book below. So, okay, take care everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay calm. Until next time.